Welcome to Life Untoxicated. Who would have thought that in my sobriety journey, your sobriety journey, that I would have found growth, self-esteem, pride, which all led to a much better relationship that involves a lot more compassion and laughter and joy.
You know, I feel sorry for people who think that sobriety and recovery is about taking something away, some penance for past bad behaviors and how something's being removed from your life. Life Untoxicated is about growth and discovery and all kinds of fun adventures and new things.
And better sex, because sex sober is a lot better than drunk sloppy sex.
Got to agree with that one. You know, just the other evening, a couple of weeks ago now, our whole family, it was over Christmas break, so honestly it was long enough ago that I don't remember who was in the house because we have older kids that are off in college and off being adults. But some number of them who were home.
I do remember our daughter was home, the oldest.
Somehow I knew you would remember.
Well, because I think she was the most appalled. Go ahead with your story.
Okay, so our kids, we were in our basement and we were watching a movie on a Saturday night.
Downstairs family room.
One of the big benefits of watching a movie on a Saturday night now that I don't drink is I actually get to see the beginning, middle, and end of the movie in one sitting, as opposed to watching the opening credits and then waking up for the closing credits and wondering what happened in the middle.
When the lights come on and we're cleaning up, when you would wake up in the past.
Exactly. Along with our movie, we were enjoying some delicious Papa John's pizza. They're not a sponsor.
We're not promoting them, but...
But the reason I mention it specifically is because I think a lot of people can relate to the fact that Papa John's pizza has a very unique sausage thing. Like these little nuggets, they're a little bigger than like
sausage
deer
jerks.
poop. But
they're fabulous.
yeah, they are fabulous. So just a little bit bigger than deer poop, and they're pretty round, and you know they kind of get away from you sometimes. And so I'm eating a piece of pizza in the dark with the movie going, and one of the little sausage turds rolls off. And I look at it, it's right there between my legs, and 5-second rule and all of that. So I reach down and I pick it up and I pop it in my mouth. You're getting disgusted.
I can't even believe that you're telling the story.
And I
out loud
finished that bite, and for whatever reason, I look down again a few seconds later, and there's the piece of sausage. So I reach down and pick it up, and I inspect it carefully this time, and I'm like, yep, this is definitely a warm piece of sausage off of a fresh slice of Papa John's pizza that I'm holding in my other hand. And so, of course, I go ahead and eat it. But the point is, I'm not really sure what it was that I ate the first time. And so I had to, break in and tell the whole family, and we had a big laugh about that.
And you aren't embarrassed because you're drunk and it's one of those memories that's going to be the kids are going to be my dad was so drunk, he ate food off of the floor and it wasn't food.
Yeah, not now sure that it was food.
Now they're just oh my God, my dad is so ridiculous and so funny that he does these sort of things drunk or sober, but now we love him as sober dad.
Well, I think if I had been drunk, I would have hidden it. I wouldn't have told you guys. If I had been buzzed, right? So enough aware, I don't think I would have told you that I had just eaten 2 things off the floor when one piece of sausage fell.
It's kind of
would have been a little embarrassing.
Yeah, it's kind of your life
instead of funny
opens up.
It does.
You don't have these shameful secrets that impact every part of your life. Even that, you just mentioned, if you had been drinking, you wouldn't have said that to anybody.
Right.
Now you are it's just human nature to to do these sort of things.
I mean, you got to be the kind of human that would eat food off the floor, to begin with, which that eliminates, I think, the majority of the population.
99.5%.
I don't know about that. I'm not that unique. There's no way. But Life Untoxicated, have I said that enough times? Can you tell we're doing some branding? Life Untoxicated is pretty great.
Yeah.
And we want to use this YouTube channel to talk about things like that. I think people think my life is going to be boring when I get sober, or if I get sober, and I'm not going to have any fun anymore. The best part about that story isn't the sausage. The best part about the story is that our adult and our teen children were out in the common areas of our house hanging out with us and having fun. They weren't locked away behind closed doors, or they weren't out with friends on a Saturday night. I mean, they do that too, but they were very comfortable just being at home with family and enjoying time together.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, the degree to which that is a blessing is hard to describe. But when I compare it to what life was like when I was drinking, and it would be like, you know, the lights are off and the mice are out, and then you turn on the lights and they scurry off into their little corners. That's what it would be like when, you know, I'd be drinking and walk through the house.
Yeah.
It's really great this way.
Yeah, like I think of our post-dinner conversations we have, and we laugh how everybody now kind of needs to be in the same room. Matt has a tendency to like to clean up, which is nice because I usually do the cooking. So before, in your drinking days, you probably didn't care other than cleaning up to make it orderly because you had a little like anxiety and OCD were ramped up in your drinking days. But you would have like something on, whether it would be sports or news, and then you would be ranting and raving, and no one would be
screaming
in here.
at the TV screen.
Yeah,
I wonder if anyone can relate to that.
Cops, you know, like that TV show, and you'd be like, "Ah, there's
Dude
no
loves
doubt,"
me some
you
cops.
know, like, and no one would really want to be in here with you. And now, like post dinner during cleanup,
I know everybody wants to be in here with me, which makes cleaning up a little bit. I try to be taller. Oh yes, excuse me for the 9th time while I try to put that dish in the dishwasher. But it is nice to feel wanted.
Yeah, well, and they're not afraid to be around you.
And that's what Life Untoxicated, and that's what this YouTube channel is going to be all about going forward. We're going to talk about positivity. Listen, if you need help finding sobriety and recovery, if you are the partner of an alcoholic and you need help with nervous system regulation and dealing with anger and resentment, we've got a place for you. Our Untoxicated podcast, we've been doing that for the better part of a decade now, and we welcome you to listen to those episodes. But these short videos, this is going to be all about how great life can be when alcohol isn't in your system. And hopefully some people will find it aspirational. I don't know how many people aspire to eat sausage off the living room floor, so maybe not. But we're just here we've got to have a place where we can share how awesome life has become without feeling guilty about being joyful when we know our audience is struggling so much. Mm-hmm. So if you want something to look forward to, we hope you'll join us here on the Untoxicated YouTube channel, where we talk about stuff that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So
like floor sausage.
Like floor sausage. Well,
If you'd
dogs eat that. They look for that.
If you'd like to hear more of our opinionated ramblings, please check out that Untoxicated podcast.
But if you prefer reading, we also have soberandunashamed.com blog posts.
If you are picking up what we're putting down, please check out our echoesofrecovery.org group or our Shout Sobriety group at shoutsobriety.org. We get what you're going through. You've got this, and we've got you.